Successfully juggling through your many tasks while trying to be the best version of yourself can be one of the most rewarding experiences of life, yet a rather daunting task. Now join Cresta Durojaiye, Africa's leading productivity expert and life strategist, as she equips and empowers you with practical tools that bring organization and structure to help you be more efficient and live your best life possible. If you struggle with pulling it all together and need someone to handhold you through the process, this is the podcast for you. You're listening to Life Lessons with Cresta Durojaiye.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Life Lessons. Our theme is declutter to be productive. In other words, take out the clutter around you so that you can be more productive. What is clutter? Clutter is to cover or fill something with an untidy collection of things, or a collection of things just basically lying about in an untidy state. Now, clutter does not always refer to items that are spoiled or no longer useful or tattered. Clutter could also be brand new items with their labels and price tags still intact, but kept in an untidy state. Clutter could also refer to items that have been kept over a long period and not used at all. Maybe new, maybe old. Now, this is where the 6-6 rule comes in. If you haven't used something in the last 6 months and you're not likely to use it in the next 6 months, then let it go. Now, decluttering, on the other hand, is the removal of unnecessary items, the removal of clutter from an untidy or overcrowded space. And in the case of decluttering, it doesn't always mean that the place is untidy. A tidy space that is overcrowded also would need decluttering. So in other words, decluttering creates space and room. Now, I make bold to say that there is absolutely no way you can be your best productive self with clutter around you. Nah, it can't work. Now, pretending that they don't exist won't take them away either. You need to confront them and take them out, either out of your mind or your space or your life as a whole. Now, clutter is a huge no if you intend to be your best productive self. I know this because taking out clutter from people's lives and spaces is what I do as a day job. Because sometimes it is so difficult to get people to let go of their clutter, especially when they are hoarders. I am particularly thankful for my quiet days because sometimes we get as far as singing songs like let it go, or if the person is an elderly person, maybe you're working in a home where the client is someone's child and they have said, hey, come help declutter my mom or my dad's space. Your let it go will not really work for them. In such cases, we go as far as saying, come and surrender. It's just so funny. I enjoy what I do and it cracks me up sometimes, but there are times when it is extremely difficult and you would usually have to wait and use the most relevant tool at that time. Most relevant in terms of emotional intelligence, because you need to get the desired result at all costs, or else you haven't succeeded in being helpful. So the idea is to do whatever it takes to get the client to let go, or else you failed. Now, in this scenario, it is you who needs to figure out what works for you. If you have to sing to yourself or maybe play music in the background that could, spur you on, it would help. But basically, you're trying to coax yourself enough to just get rid of the clutter. Now, clutter is one of the major deterrents and inhibitors of productivity. Junk or clutter lying around your space is totally unhealthy, and it affects your quality of life negatively. So we just need to push to get it out before it breaks us down. No space for clutter in our lives. Now, some quick steps that we can take to help us stay decluttered. Number one, some spaces may require a total swipe out to instantly, create that space you're looking for. So for example, some of us have moved homes about 2, 3, 4 times, and some particular suitcases or cartons, we've moved them from house 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and we have never opened those suitcases or cartons, as the case may be. And we still carry them along, believing that we have valuables in them. Nah. If you have not been finding anything useful in those cartons all this while, they fall into the category of immediate swipe or total swipe, so that you create space. Now, spending time to look through such cartons or suitcases is just a time waster, because you're going to end up getting confused and want to keep some things. So just, let it run through your mind that if I have been moving it from house to house and I haven't opened it or looked for anything inside for years, then it's just got to go instantly. Now, step 2, a place for everything and everything in its place. Just ensure that you create a home for every item within your space, so that when you need a particular item, you go to the space or the home for that particular item and pick it out of there. And when you're done, automatically you go back and place it back in its home. So it's so important to create a living place or space for every item within your home or office or, whatever your space may be. Now, the third one is form the healthy habit of removing clutter or junk on the go. Immediately you see that something does not fit, let it go. Immediately you notice that something is no longer useful, let it go. Immediately you see that something doesn't work anymore, let it go. Rather than wait till the point where you get so overwhelmed that you can no longer function. Now, when you successfully declutter your space or life, you breathe better. You feel a gush of fresh air and a fresh burst of energy around you, and your anxiety level reduces greatly. It also creates a sense of confidence and competence. Finally, it reduces tension and gives you room to dream again. Now, I must chip in here that this isn't one of those quick fixes. It's something you gradually work at and keep building on until it becomes the new you over time. The more you do, the better you get. It may be tougher on you if you're a natural hoarder, but hey, don't be discouraged. If being more productive is that important to you, then begin your journey of 1,000 miles today. Now, don't try to overthink it. Just start. If you need assistance, an initial push or a helping hand here and there from the experts won't hurt. But don't let one more day go by. Start today. Start now. Now, till we hook up again on Life Lessons, it's me saying, declutter to be productive. Cheers.
If you enjoyed this episode of Life Lessons with Cresta Durojaiye, now don't forget to leave a comment and of course, share this episode with those you love.